How can I rejoice when she's in pain? Africa will live to rise again. While the world lives on and we deny, how can we be happy while she cries?
Come visit some extraordinary people. People with hopes and dreams and fears and abundant faith. The people of Sierra Leone and Liberia. These two countries, hanging precariously on the western shores of Africa, are the least of the least. 1 in 5 children doesn't grow up, usually because they don't have clean water or enough food. Most never learn to read or write. And the healthcare safety net supporting children who do become sick is grossly lacking and much too expensive for most to afford.
We live in a communal sort of system, Not that I may not have a room or a flat to occupy, but I feel that I have to stay by the old man and take care of him.
Well, in the extended family system, I mean, where I live, you see, with my wife, I have other relations. You see, in the same house, like my father and the wives, my brothers, we are all living together.
I have 20 people in my family.
Rice, that's staple. That's our staple food. It's rice all the time. Except once in a while you can come across cassava on the streets, like around there. Come across cassava, you can buy that if you have the money.
So the teachers led before.
A bag of rice is a staple food for a month and costs as much or more as an average worker's income. Annual school tuition and fees are equal to 1 1/2 bags of rice.
Quite a few families sacrifice to send their students to school, but then perhaps just only halfway, then they drop out because of fees.
Really, now, in our country today, books are so expensive, okay? One book will cost over 1,000 leones, and for me, because my father is dead now, and only my mother can afford to buy books, and my mother can't afford to buy all these books.
And some of them, their parents are poor, they are not able to afford their school fees.
Yes, it cost me some money, a good lot of money, to send my children to school.
Yes, we pay. With the family sacrifice for that, we pay for our children to go to school.
So I also want to be a teacher to teach some of the children.
I want to be a lawyer because my aunt is a lawyer.
When I finish my school, I want to be a dispenser. But I like to be a pilot.
I like biology and chemistry because I want to learn medicine. I want to do doctorate.
I want to be a doctor.
Well, my intention is to study law. That is why I'm following the art stream.
If I have any occupation to work in the bank, I will do so, or typing anyone.
I want to be an engineer because my father also learned the engineering work.
I would like to become a lawyer because I came from a poor family and I would like to protect my people in case of any danger.
I want to be a nursery.
I want to be a lawyer because I want to talk for my people and myself.
Because I like it very much and I like to be a doctor. I want to treat people for them to gain their health.
The future of Sierra Leone and Liberia lies in the dreams of children such as these. The challenge is to help the poorest of the poor to escape extreme poverty so they can ascend the ladder of economic development and thus be better able to help themselves. Improving the education and health of children is a major precondition to economic development. These countries will remain poor if they only receive aid supporting their current needs. Yet even for those few who can afford education, the learning conditions are not good. Sierra Leone and Liberia have experienced bitter, brutal civil wars. These wars destroyed much of the educational infrastructure. During the many years that these wars were raging, most children were unable to attend school. Only recently have they been able to return.
Yes? Today is the fact. Let's give him a big hand. What about the year? Year 2005.
OC Ministries was created to improve the education of children in the poorest countries so that future generations are better able to improve themselves. OC Ministries began as Operation Classroom in 1987 when a group of Indiana United Methodist clergy sought to help those people struggling in the poorest countries. A group of clergy and laity in Minnesota formed the Minnesota branch in 1989. Since then, the Minnesota branch has sent more than 700 people to 7 countries and worked on 33 different sites. While the primary focus has been on Sierra Leone and Liberia, our focus was expanded to include Jamaica, while the civil wars in West Africa stopped our efforts. In 2001, Operation Classroom's name was changed to OC Ministries, as we expanded the scope of our efforts to also include clinics and churches. We recognize that we cannot just educate someone without making sure they are also healthy, physically and spiritually. We have spent more than $500,000 and donated a like amount in labor and supplies. We have built classrooms, upgraded church buildings. We have paid for teachers' salaries, student scholarships, health clinic supplies, trauma counseling, and vehicles. We have shipped many boxes of school supplies and even donated musical instruments to enhance worship services. OC Ministries sends work teams to work with the local nationals on our projects. The philosophy of OC Ministries is partnership. We learn the needs, hopes, and dreams from those with whom we will be working. Together we work out a program that addresses these needs. The idea is that whenever a work team is sent, they will work side by side with those who will benefit from the project. Each work team has a team leader and a nurse. The team leader is a key contact with the local representatives and is responsible for directing the efforts of the rest of the team of men and women as they work together with the local workers. The nurse is primarily there for team health concerns, but the nurse is also very popular because of the kit full of medicines and bandages. Our work teams do more than build schools, they build relationships.
To the team from America for international relations between Sierra Leone and Minnesota, and most of all, to all of the workers. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
And in the process of this giving, we received the most profound faith lessons. We found people living in what we consider the direst of conditions, yet they taught us every day about what it means to be a friend, to help, to be grateful, to reach out in meaningful ways. They have the same hopes, fears, and dreams that we all have, but they put their trust first in God. We came to realize how much we in America place our trust first in our money, our resources, and ourselves. Only when this doesn't work do we then call on God. When we came to the school with our resources, they said not thank you to us, but instead saying, thank you, Lord, for sending us to help them.